Hi guys, this is Mrs. Hill. This is our last video, it's lesson 4 from our book, Educating Arthur. This I think was a fun book for you. Was a fiction title. I love the illustrations in this book, and I love dogs. So I think as we read through this, we answered some questions, looked at the illustrations to help you with your comprehension. Lots of fun things in this book that this funny dog did with his family members. So today's lesson, I'm going to read the book in its entirety from front to back. We are going to do an AR quiz on this book as well. I will post that in your assignment, but I'd like you to listen to the story and follow along with the words as I read it to you before you take your AR test. Okay? So the title of our story is Educating Arthur. The author was Amanda Graham. She is the person who wrote the words. The illustrator was Donna Janelle. She illustrated Arthur and all of his fun antics, and I just love the illustrations. Here's the first illustration that we saw before we even started reading the book. Here's Arthur swinging from a clothesline. He looks like he's grabbed a hold of a pair of pants or something, hanging on a clothesline or maybe a patio umbrella stand, but he's hanging on something, swinging around. So that kind of set the tone for you that this was a funny dog, and he does some cool stuff. Arthur loved chewing old slippers for fun, but today there were more important things to do. Arthur had to help Melanie fix her bike. Melanie's mother needed Arthur's help potting plants. Arthur had to help Grandpa bake a cake. Grandpa wasn't sure that Arthur was really helping at all. Arthur wants to help, said Grandpa, so let's teach him how. Every time he does something properly, we will give him a reward. Arthur learned to put his slippers away. Every time Melanie said, "Slippers, slippers, Arthur," whenever he did it properly, he was richly rewarded with a hug and a dog biscuit. Arthur learned to tidy his basket every time Grandpa said, "Tidy, tidy, Arthur." Whenever he did it properly, he was richly rewarded with 2 hugs and 2 dog biscuits. Now, said Grandpa, fetching the newspaper, fetch, Arthur. It took quite some time for Arthur to learn to fetch the newspaper in one piece. But whenever he did it properly, he was richly rewarded with 3 hugs and 3 dog biscuits. Arthur thought his new ways of helping were fun, especially the rewards. So early one morning, he decided to practice helping all by himself. He put his slippers away, he tidied his basket, then he ran into the yard to fetch the newspaper. Arthur went into Melanie's room for his hugs and dog biscuits, but she was asleep. He went into Grandpa's room for his hugs and dog biscuits, but Grandpa was asleep too. So Arthur collected his reward all by himself. So there's our story, Educating Arthur, from start to finish. After you listen to the story, double check your skill sheet to make sure you have all of your answers finished. If you would like to review the questions on your skill sheet, read them out loud to a family member, read them out loud to an adult. You can read them out loud to the dog if you want to, but I want you to read the question and then read your answer. By doing that, it helps you again remember and comprehend what the story was about. First question, what did we learn about Arthur? The second one, what 3 things does Arthur do to help? What does Grandpa decide to do? What does Arthur get for doing his jobs correctly? What is Arthur's problem? And how does he solve his problem? By reading those questions and your answer out loud to a family member or the dog, that will help you again remember all of the details of the story before you take your AR test. So the AR test number will be posted in your Google Stream once you take your AR test, and hopefully do well on that. Go back and submit your skill packet by hitting the big green button in the upper right hand corner that says Turn In. So I hope you enjoyed this book as much as I did, and we will have another fun book coming up next week. Thanks.